What's up, everybody? Rod here, Rod Central. We're at the annex today doing a little walk around of the Squarebody. I have a couple things I want to do to it today. Getting ready for the LS swap. I don't think I've ever done a video on this truck. It's a 1984 C20. Originally never had the dual headlight grille. The old core support was really rotted out, and I got a good deal on this one. That's the only reason I swapped it. Finally found the correct grille and headlight surrounds. Just got to figure out what I did with that other headlight. I think I used it on something else. I don't know. It's really not rusty. There's a couple spots. It's got that hole where it must have had pine needles in it. Both rockers are pretty well gone. Cab corners are not looking too good. But I mean, the bed is in really good shape, rust-wise. Just got a little something there. This thing was apparently a farm truck, fairly locally, and then it was bought by a buddy of mine. This is his place. Bought by a buddy of mine. They used it as a farm truck, and it was his daily driver. And then it went back into the swamp there and sat for a while. I've had it, it's hard to believe, 7 years. Only driven it a handful of times because I've had so much engine issue. But I have a line on a known good running, probably like an LO5 350 TBI motor that I'm just going to stuff in it, do away with all this garbage. I get the utility of the LS swap, but it's not for me, not for this application. If I was going to put a bunch of money into this truck to finish it, I'd rather put it in the other truck. This one I just want to run, be halfway reliable, drag a car trailer around, what have you. Big issue I was having is I have my wiring harness all but sorted out, with the exception of speed sensor. And yeah, you can get an inline sensor. That's $150. These manifolds don't play nice, especially this side with the Z-bar. So some other manifolds or headers, that's a few hundred. That ECM needs to be tuned, that's a few hundred. It just, and it doesn't stop there. Where I'm trying to trade this for a TBI. If that falls through, I have another small block at the ready, and I already have a couple sets where the rebuild parts, so as a fresh rebuilt small block instead of unknown. Let's put a Q-jet on it and see if it runs like I've been doing. Those are West Coast mirrors I'd like to put on it. My goal is to have, once I get this out of here, a lot of it is the fuel tank, the seat, there's a toolbox in there. A lot of it is parts for this that I'm going to have to make a mess in the driveway one day, but I can get it looking a lot better in a couple days. Today's project is I want to pull the cluster and make sure it has the provisions for the speedometer speed sensor, which that is what, if this truck had a TBI in it, that's the VSS it would use. So I'm going to make sure it has the provisions for that. I have a sensor on the way. Worst case, I'll find another speedometer, a swap meet or something. What else do I have? Oh, other thing, I might try and drop the fuel tank. That one has a pinhole in like the absolute lowest point of it, so all the fuel ended up not in the tank anymore. So that's my one of my projects for the day. I've got my brother's car over here. That I just did valve cover gaskets. I wanted to make sure it wasn't still puking oil. I'm going to be chasing water leaks on it. Yay. But yeah, this thing doesn't have a name yet, so if you think of something, let me know. The boat, I haven't decided if I'm going to leave that there and make some sort of actual mounts for it, or I may just put it up against the garage. But it'll be my rescue rig. I want to have like floor jack and some tools and stuff in it permanently, and then my bag that I always bring along it. Whatever. I want to have a camper in the back of it. Kind of sort. I might just throw a cot in it and call it a day. But here she is. This is one of the projects that I want running this year. You guys have any questions on it, just drop them below. Thank you guys for watching.